This is Rob Simons with Coach.Win. I'm here with my partner, John Lund. How are you today, John?
I'm doing great, Rob.
Hey, today I'm excited about this subject because we're just coming out of 2026 annual planning with all of our clients. And one of the most common things we're seeing in our SWOT Pro assessments and in the annual objectives is almost everybody has something about AI.
Absolutely.
This has been, I really believe 2026 is going to be the year where AI truly has impact on all the organizations we're working on. You've been working with AI since it first came out, since ChatGPT. And I know you've identified kind of the 4 stages that organizations go through to adopt AI. Can you share that with the audience?
Realize since playing with it, working with teams now for a couple of years, is that there's an explorer phase, just kind of getting to use it and understanding it. And there's the thinker phase, which is really important. And then it becomes the builder and then the leader.
That's awesome. And so tell me, how does an organization start with the explorer stage?
So the explorer stage, the best thing we did is we hired a digital adoption manager, and it's about coming in and just making people comfortable using the tools. Copilot, ChatGPT, Claude, where to use them in your daily life, where to use them in meetings, the day-to-day stuff that makes people 10%, 15% faster in their jobs. That's what the digital adoption manager is all about. That's been a very successful program for our clients.
And this is kind of the low-hanging fruit for AI, right?
Very much so. People, they're just not aware of all the tools, and this is a very low-hanging fruit. Over, 6 sessions over 12 weeks. Very simple, bite-sized chunks to just get people comfortable using it on a daily basis.
Yeah, nobody likes change, and I think this is a great way to be able to integrate this into your organization. But tell me about the thinker stage, because just recently, one of my clients identified their annual objective for 2026. One of them was around really embracing AI within their organization. And so I brought you in as the coach to be able to work with them. Tell me about the explorer stage.
The thinker stage. So
Sorry,
we're going to the
thinker
thinker,
stage.
the thinker stage. So after people are exploring, they get comfortable with it. They need to learn how to make this thing become thought partners in all ways. I like to just say, you have PhD in your pocket. Actually, you don't have to have one PhD in your pocket. You have as many as you want in your pocket. And getting people to realize that, whether it's in collaboration as a group or individually as problems are arising in their head, is going. And then I just teach them the first 2 frameworks to get them started. So my 2 favorite frameworks are the CRIT framework, which is context, role, interview me 1 question at a time. Pro tip, don't let it go forever. Interview me 1 question at a time, max 10 questions, 5 questions. I've had this go 25 questions deep, which were magical. It was amazing for really deep thinking. And then task, what are you trying to get them to do? The better you put that information in, and you'll get good at this, the better the outcomes are good. But it makes you a better thinker. It makes the team a better thinker. The other one, for more simple ones, I just like the RSO 95 framework, which is just what's the role you want ChatGPT to play? What's the situation that you're dealing with, that you're trying to do anything? What's your objective? What you're trying to get out of it? And then just ask me clarifying questions until you're 95% sure you can do this task. Getting those 2 installed elevates the thinking of the company. And there's not one president or CEO that wouldn't say, man, I would love to have even better, smarter leaders and managers around me. So exploring, they're getting faster, thinking, they're getting smarter. That is a great 2-part combination when it comes to activating AI.
Yeah, I've always said, if you want to grow your company, you have to grow your team. And that CRIT framework that you just referenced personally has really changed even my prompting and how I'm using ChatGPT and Claude. I think that interview question is just brilliant. You don't have to know exactly how to write the perfect prompt. Just ask ChatGPT or Claude. You interview me to make sure that this is really well thought out.
Yeah, the interview is crazy. The role, just if you could have your dream team in the meeting with you right then, explain that role, right? Like, I would love to have, Patrick Lencioni with a Brene Brown combination of empathy, because I'm dealing with a tough conversation with my best client. Like, really explain what that role is. Like, you'd have a dream team doing it for you. If you're putting together the 84 basketball team, you want Bird and Magic and Jordan, and put them in the room with you.
That's so well said. And so after you work with the company on the thinker stage, what's next?
So once they go from thinker, then they're going to start building, right? So once they get all used to it, they're going to start to want to build things. That's going to come in a future podcast. Really, is like now they're going to start building, whether it's the new Claude bot type of things, full service GPTs that they can share with the team, because that's when they go from building and then to leading, because now they're leading their team on structured prompts and GPTs and building bots, and that elevates a company at pace. Now it's 2026 is a year that's going to happen.
Yeah, and I'll put a little teaser in here. That's the stage that I personally am at. And I've had ideas for tools that I've wanted to have in my coaching practice for years. And it didn't make practical sense. I didn't have the time or resources to be able to develop them. And now I am developing them much faster, quicker than I ever thought. And it's changing my coaching practice.
Yeah, and I'm just going to play off that teaser for our next one, because Rob has now produced something that'll be amazing value to his clients on helping them with communication, accountability, and alignment. And Rob's not a programmer.
No, I was actually shocked at what I was able to pull off. And for those that, we listened to another speaker and he made the comment, he said, we're getting to the point where you don't need coders in the room. You just need the managers and leaders, and they can sit there and talk through what do we need it to do. But that's getting ahead. That's our next podcast. But what's the final stage once we get through the builder stage? Another teaser.
The leader stage, where you're scaling it in your team. I mean, literally, where now you have every one of your employees has the ability to have the tools to make them go faster and smarter across the team. You're going to scale it into your company.
I'm seeing with my clients, there is a clear decision to hire less and try to make their teams more productive. Are you seeing that as well?
Absolutely. It's one of the number one things. One of the reasons they bring me in is, hey, if we keep growing like we're doing, we're going to have to hire 3 more people in this space, 3 more. I'd like to make the 3 that are already in that role 50% more efficient. And we can do that.
And we know
everyone wins.
Yeah. And we know the labor force it's contracting. It's just a natural demographics with the baby boomers retiring. And so it's getting harder and harder to hire people. So why not just make the people you have more productive? I love this. So John, where can our listeners find out more about both the Explorer and the Thinking stage?
If you go to Coach.Win's website, you can go down to our digital adoption manager. There's some free tools, and there's also, you can get a hold of our digital adoption manager on there if you just look into the Explorer. If you're really looking to elevate and get into the thinking and the building, reach out, john@entresmart.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Coach.Win. And Rob, you are quite capable of this as well.
Absolutely. So you can get me on LinkedIn, rob@simons.coach. And then please, if you're listening to this and you got value out of this podcast, please subscribe, send us a comment. We'd love to hear more how you're using AI, where you're at in that journey. And we've got a lot more podcasts coming out in 2026. So please make sure that you listen along, and look forward to talking to you on our next podcast.